going to be on?
Hey guys, how's everybody doing? This is Thrift Trader Jason, and I'm here with Julio Rodriguez, also known as the Mexican Picker, and we also have Judy Mayfield and Emily Little. Emily, I hope I said your name right.
That's correct.
Okay. I think we're just going to do kind of like a live haul video, kind of show a few things that we picked up. Unfortunately, Emily's video is not showing, but she can talk a little bit about what she's picked up the past few days. So I guess without further ado, we'll just get started with Julio. You got a couple things for us, buddy?
Well, no,
Here, I'll get started. You
Okay.
gather a few things, and I'll
That'll
get
work.
going.
I don't have anything.
No, that's fine. That's fine. This is also for questions too. So, I did some thrift store. Can you turn on that light for me, babe?
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Probably be a little better. Probably. Okay. So, I went to the thrift store today, and this is actually a huge haul from probably the past week. This bin is almost as tall as me sitting down, and it's plumb full of stuff. So I'm not going to go through all of it, but I just wanted to show you guys some of the stuff that I pick up.
I want to see it. Where'd you go?
Mostly Goodwill. Tomorrow is
When
half
they're
off.
on 89th?
Oh, everywhere. I go to. There's probably close to 20 or 25 Goodwills in the metro area, and I usually go to every single one of them. So
I might have to go with you sometime.
yeah, it'd be a lot of fun.
25?
There's probably 25. I mean, think about it. There's one on Northwest 50th MacArthur. There's one.
Oh, wow. We got
Shoot.
3 over here.
I mean,
Well, there's Yukon, there's El Reno, there's Mustang, there's Norman, there's Oklahoma City, and Moore, and
yeah.
Midwest City, and
Midwest City's got 3. Edmond has 2. Norman has 2. Moore has 2.
Mhm.
Oklahoma City's got like 7.
Oh.
Yeah. There's a bunch of them.
We got 3 down here.
Okay. Yeah. Man. Well, you guys have a lot of other thrift stores that aren't Salvation Army and Goodwill up there in Tulsa, don't you?
Yeah, we have. Man, there is a good handful, at least 10, maybe around. But
Okay.
Salvation Army is the one I go to every day.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Do you
yeah.
really go?
love that place.
Do you go every day, Julio?
Every day. Every day.
So, okay, this is just okay. So, Julio, this right here is going to prove to people that, like, even going every single day to a thrift store, you're going to continue finding stuff. Is that right?
Yeah. And the only reason I kind of have a time to go now because I know when they're bringing out the racks. And that's when I like to go to see the stuff they're bringing out before they hit the. So that's the reason I go every day. And plus, the post office is about half a mile. And then from the post office to Salvation Army is another half a mile. So that's the reason I make the trip. It's really close by.
Well, you find a lot of stuff every day.
Yeah, today I think I had about 2 bags full.
Oh, my goodness. And you'll probably list it tonight, right?
My wife, I washed some of it is in the dryer now, and I'll take pictures tonight and try to list half at least.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, so like people, I know that some people are like, well, I just went to that thrift store yesterday, so I doubt I'll find anything. That's not true.
Nope.
That's not true. I mean, Julio's a living example. He comes home with bags of stuff almost daily from the same thrift store. So, I mean, and I can tell you one thing. I'm that guy that, like, when Goodwill wheels out a brand new rack of clothing, I'm on that stuff like white on rice, dude.
I can hear it. Like I know when I can hear it. Like okay, here comes one.
Yeah. But dude,
gosh.
look. Okay, so the other day, I want to share this with y'all. The other day, and all y'all in the group already seen this. But look, this
It's
is
a beautiful sweat jacket.
huge. This is a big boys.
That's awesome.
Coogee
Oh,
hoodie.
wow.
Okay, and here's the tag. I'll show you the tag real quick.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it there, but yeah. And it's a men's 4XL. Unfortunately, there are a few like little like string pulls in it, and a couple of there's like 3 small holes about the size of my thumb. There's one right here that you can see.
Oh wow! So they were big holes then for her not to catch that.
Yeah, I mean, look at that.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
No. But you know, I mean, for what it is, these things. Okay, you go to Kuji.com. These things, brand new, are like $700 or $800. I looked them up, and I paid less than $50 for this. And I'm hoping, even with the holes and stuff, I think I feel pretty confident that $140, $150. I think.
I think easy, just because of the size.
Maybe even 200. Yeah, 4XL. I mean, you know, this is already a rare sweater, much less the size alone. So.
I would shoot for the $200 to tell you the truth.
Yeah, you can always go down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, shoot, who wants to go down?
Yeah.
No, it's fine. So I went garage selling last Friday, and I picked up these. They're not anything special, but they're Ralph Lauren polo, brand new with tags. Paid $3 for them. They're shorts, so, and they're pretty good size too. I think they're like 40 something.
That's what I've been looking for. Big sizes.
Yeah, 46B, brand new with tags. So I'm hoping to get, you know, $35, $40 out of these.
Hey, can I ask you, what is the biggest size pants you've gotten before?
Oh, shoot, like 56?
Dude, I got 66.
No way.
No way.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find them, okay?
Okay, well, I mean, that's a really big boy.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just keep it at that. So I found these are Ralph Lauren jeans. I've been picking up a lot of men's pants and jeans lately. So that's kind of where I just levitate to the pants and the jeans, the men's section in the thrift stores these days.
I go to the shirts. I found 5X men's what are those Hawaiian shirts? I can't think right now. Doggone it. Hawaiian print, you know, the boxy shirts that men like. 5X, I don't know if there were a bunch of them, and I got every one of them. So I thought that would be nice.
Yeah. Hey, Julio, hello says, how long, Julio, do you stay in one store?
Well, today I was in there. The only reason when I go every day, I'll stay like 20 minutes. If I find something or 2 or 3 things, then I'll stay an hour. You know, I'll look like today I was there and I was finding good stuff. So I stayed there for an hour and a half. I just kept looking and looking. And then today is the day I find the most because they're stocking up for tomorrow's half off sale.
Okay, yeah.
So I pay a little more, but I find some good stuff before they're stocking up for tomorrow's half off sale.
Okay, yeah.
So I pay a little more, but I find some good stuff before they're stocking up for tomorrow's half off sale. Okay, yeah. Okay, I was like, am I hearing myself?
Yeah, hang on.
Some good stuff before stocking up for tomorrow's half off sale. Okay, I was like, am I hearing myself?
Yeah. Is that any better?
Yeah, I don't hear it anymore. So.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. But okay, so I usually, when I'm in a thrift store, man, I could be in a thrift store for nearly 3 hours.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, the way I look at it is like you've spent the time to drive there and you spent the time even walking in the door. So you might as well get the best, get as much stuff as you can during that one trip. Because, otherwise you're just, you want it to be as
your wheels
possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Christina Thompson said, I go every day to same scenario, every day to same scenario. Post office is 2 miles from the house. Salvation Army is a half mile from there. Different stuff every day. That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, Jason, do you live in the country?
Yeah. Well, I guess so. I've got 2.5 acres with a 1,700 square foot shop. So I suppose it's country-ish.
Well, I live about 10 miles out, so it's not an everyday thing that I get to go.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm in the city all the time anyways. So anytime I'm out and about, I usually hit a thrift store, maybe two. So, I mean, I went to the Goodwill in Edmond today and spent $130 pretty easily in about 2.5 hours.
In Salvation Army or Goodwill?
Goodwill in Edmond. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, this is also something I picked up. I picked this up. I actually only gave $3 for it. Imagine if. And this is it's brand new, never opened. The comps on Amazon for this are somewhere between $40-$50. So, brand new. Now, Julio had a really big score on a vintage game that he found in the thrift store, didn't you, dude?
Oh yes, Scrabble.
Yeah.
Scrabble, and that was a 1972 sealed. Sealed, man. It went over. It was over $100 on eBay.
Wow.
And that was at Salvation Army.
I do better at Salvation Army than I do at Goodwill, really. Here in Norman.
Oh.
Box of Jeans says, do you guys keep mad money on you for amazing racks? It's a nightmare to find a rack of Filson with no cash. I'll tell you what, I don't think I've ever seen a full rack of CC Filson. I know I've picked up several Filsons. I sold a Filson today, actually, for like 50-something bucks. But as far as in the thrift store, I don't think I've ever seen just, a rack of Filson. But I also use my PayPal debit card when I'm at the thrift store, so unlimited cash. Just whatever's in there.
I need to get on board with that. I need to open up a PayPal for business because I only have it as personal. That would probably be the way to go because I use my debit card, so I don't not unless I'm going to garage sales. I'll probably take about $100 with me.
Yeah, I have a PayPal business debit card. It's been so long ago since I actually set all that up that I couldn't even tell you what the difference is.
Oh, okay.
But Hello asks, which of you are doing Amazon? Casey Parris is in the house. What's up, Rockstar Flipper?
Hey, what's up, Jason? How you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm good. I just got the link. I got a few minutes to spend, so I figured I'd come hang out with Jay and the crew.
Heck yeah, man. That's awesome, dude. I'm glad that you showed up.
Well, I got to start something, though. I can't see the chat, so I just wanted to say that because I don't even have another window open. I literally just opened this. So you have to help me with the chat if someone says something. Or Jason, send me the link.
Okay.
To the thing so I can open the chat. The one thing I was going to say is some people, I think Jason, the first time he ever spoke to me, might have asked this, like if I ever sleep or whatever. So I made it to bed. I figured if I make it halfway, that's close enough.
That's funny.
Like, literally, I'm just sitting. So anyways, I don't sleep often enough. But yeah. So what's up, everybody? I see everybody else in the house. Judith and Julio and... Is that it? We have 3 of us on here? 4 of us.
It's
yeah, Emily was on.
Julio and me. Yep.
I'm just waiting for the chat link from Jason.
I'm trying to figure that part out.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Hey man, I'm a little new at this still.
Oh, come on. He's not new at anything. So while he's trying to be Inspector Gadget over there, how's everyone's sales? Did everyone get taxes done? Is everyone done with taxes? Is everyone... How did it work out? Are you poor? Are you rich?
I'm poor. But
yeah, I wrote a check.
I don't think so.
Wait, did everyone write a check? Did everyone have to pay?
I have 3 kids, so I just didn't get no return back.
So you broke even because your kids helped out?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I wasn't so lucky. Jason, did you have to pay?
You want me to be honest?
No.
Okay. I'll be honest. I filed an extension.
No. Well, listen, the IRS almost had to give everyone an extension. You know, hey, it's tax day. Our computers will break. No problem.
All right.
Yeah, I saw that.
Jesus. Unbelievable. So I just got a last 11th hour update on the Supreme Court case. I haven't even been able to Google this to confirm that apparently the Supreme Court does like an initial vote on cases. If you saw that I talked about the sales tax thing, and it's 50-50 split.
They had an initial vote in Supreme Court today?
Yeah, so I guess when they hear cases, they do a start vote just to see where everybody's at.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to confirm this, but so this is I was just looking up. Okay, Jason just sent me the link. Supreme Court sales tax. And so the official case is called Wayfair versus South Dakota, if you want to look it up. Yep. And so they did exactly split down the middle on the sales tax. Now they're going to hear the case. It could be 2 months before they come to an actual ruling. It's kind of just the way that it works, I guess. But long story short, they can't agree on it. Imagine that.
I sent the link to you in Messenger.
Yep. I just got it open.
All right. Drew said we can talk crap about Casey and he can't see.
Oh, but see, the great thing about YouTube now is that it saves the chat.
Oh,
I can scroll up.
Drew, man.
I'm not good at a lot of tech stuff, but I'm good at things that I can go back and catch people on. No, but it's great. So if anybody in the chat, sales tax, all that good stuff, you know, watch the video and keep up with Jason. I'll keep him informed. It's a little bit of a scary thing. I don't know if anybody has any thoughts on it. I'd like to hear what everyone thinks.
Okay. So I think, you know, even if this is just my mindset. This is how my mind works. If they choose to go ahead and overturn the 1992 decision, or was it 1992 decision?
Yeah, 92 Quill versus the U.S. Yep.
Yeah, I think it was Quill versus North Dakota, I believe.
Or it might have been. Yeah, it might have been North Dakota. You're right. Yep.
If they overturn that and everyone has to start paying state sales tax, they can do it either one of two ways. They can have the buyer, the buyer pay the sales tax, the sales tax that would be assessed would be where the buyer's located or where the seller's located. If they do it from where the seller's located, it's going to be unfair to a lot of other sellers, because then buyers will say, well, I'm going to buy from Casey because Casey has only like a 7% sales tax,
right?
Versus me, who has like an 8.7% sales tax. So, but if they do it from the buyer's perspective, then it's kind of an even playing ground. That buyer is going to pay the same sales tax regardless of where they go to buy it. Now, with that being said, if they do go ahead and do this, I have a feeling that eBay and Amazon and all these major platforms will find a way to integrate that. But the reason why we're not hearing about it right now, or even a peep out of eBay about all of this, is because eBay doesn't want to go out on a limb and say, well, if it happens, well, it's okay, you know, because eBay doesn't want it to happen regardless.
I agree. So, and to follow up to that point about the way to make it happen. So the integration, and I've heard this, TaxJar is kind of a website that's pretty familiar with this, that essentially every time that you were paid for sales tax, so if you sell an item for $20 and it's $1 sales tax, that dollar would come into you as normal, and you would have a screen that you could open that would have a list of all 50 states that would keep track basically of what sales tax was collected. And so you would still have to go, correct me if I'm wrong, Jason, and I think this is right. You would still have to physically, as the seller, go to each state's website and register, and then just put that amount in and pay them.
Well, that would be by today's law, but they may have some type of revision or say like maybe it would be written into law that like these major platforms like eBay and Amazon are the business and we're just like third-party sellers on the business. So eBay and Amazon would be obligated to pay the
submit
taxes,
the payment,
not the
right?
seller.
Okay,
I mean,
so if that happens, so let's say that you sell a $20 item and you get $1 in tax. Do you get paid 21 and have to send the money to them, or does the $1 get separated and put into eBay's bank account?
I think that it would be kind of like Amazon does now, like for stateside, like where you set your price and then eBay will set the tax price according to where the buyer who is viewing the item for purchase is. And then when they go out to the checkout, it's like, for instance, you would never see it. It would just be non-existent to a seller.
Which would be the going to happen. I would want it that way, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Psychologically.
Hey, I want it that way, but I'm not going to lock myself into it, because anytime I do that later on, it happens. I'm like, crap, I really wish they wouldn't have done this.
Right. Yeah. So I'm really, Casey, I'm actually really interested to know what the summer seller update is going to take, what it's going to have in store for us.
Listen, stop. The bus just came by and ran me over after that question. Okay.
Sorry.
Threw me under the bus. I have two guesses. So there's only two things that I can guess for summer update. I think there's got to be some change to the guaranteed shipping program, because it has not worked from day one. I mean, no matter how you look at my store, and I think I told you this, Jason, I edited some items to express overnight guaranteed delivery, same day shipping, and they still didn't show up guaranteed on that little 3-day tab that you check on the top right corner there. So they've got to address that. They've had 1,000,001 complaints about it. Yeah. There's got to be something, either a fix or a get rid of it or a chain. And I don't know, eBay's eBay, so who knows what they'll do. That's my first guess, something to do with that. And then my second guess would be, with all the free return things, that was obviously the other big topic. I think they're going to, because so many people are on the fence. And so a lot of people were like, if it's going to help my search ranking, then I could justify the extra few returns, because we know that free returns, it's not going to cost you a lot. Say you get 3-4 extra returns, you spend $4 a label, maybe it costs you 15, maybe it costs you $20. Well, that's not a whole lot of money to spend if you're getting better search ranking and more sales, but they're going to have to come up with some way to back that up, I think. I just don't know how they could do that. How can they guarantee you better search? I don't know.
Now, yeah, I guess that's the thing that concerns me, is like what is that going to do to the used clothing sellers? Where like they're trying to get the listings kind of in order, like similar to how Amazon has theirs. Like when you search for a product and then you click on said product, and then you have a list of sellers, and it's based on price, who gets the buy box or who gets viewed first, and I have a feeling that that's kind of where they're trying to take eBay. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how that's going to pan out with used clothing, because every article of clothing is a different story.
It's different. Yeah. So, and I wonder, and I'm going to ask this to everyone here. I want everyone's opinion. How, if they had that, so you search for an iPod 5th generation, and it's going to come up with each variation of, 16 gig red, 16 gig blue, 16 gig white. And when you click that, just like Amazon, everyone knows how Amazon works. If you don't, go shop on it for a minute. And it drops it down to all the available offers. So if I have a Jimi Hendrix black, large, embroidered see-through shirt, and I have the only one, can a platform exist where there's two different sectors, two different sections of that? How do you feel about that as being a seller, and flip yourself and be the buyer? How do you think about that? I ask that because when I go to Amazon and I shop, so I like the idea of a common item having a drop down. I get to see everyone, but as a I know how I feel about it as a seller on eBay, but as a buyer on eBay, how would I go about? I guess the right answer is like, how do I go about sorting through what's a mass market item versus unique items? Is there a way they can kind of sort that?
Right. I'm not entirely I'm not. You know, you got me. I really have no idea what eBay is planning. But here's the thing that upsets me about it the most is eBay is feels like the left out stepchild now that Amazon has taken over half the world. And because of that, they're like, well, I want to be like my big brother, but they have to realize that eBay is more geared towards used products, used goods, and like antiques, valuables, things of that sort. Unique. Yes, that's the word. And Amazon is just about everything else, brand new in box, mostly. I mean, you could still sell and purchase used goods there. But, the thing is eBay has to wake up and realize that they have their place in the reseller market. Mm-hmm. They have their place in e-commerce, and it's just not to be like Amazon.
Do you think it's pressure from outside, or do you think it's greed, or what do you think it is?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't consider it really greed. I think the thing is they're trying to build upon the business that they currently have, and they're trying to essentially, take some of the customer base away from Amazon, or at least stay in the race with Amazon. Yeah. So, I think that's really it. I think eBay is fearful that they'll just fall by the wayside and be like another Bonanza, So.
Good call. Julio, you're being quiet over there.
I'm with you guys.
Speaking of being quiet, half my day was spent at the vet with these two. They needed shots and stuff, so it was very unproductive. So for once in their lives, they're being cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah, well, they just went to like pet hell for a day.
Yeah, no kidding, right? And you know what dogs cost to get shots? Jesus.
Yeah.
Don't bring your dogs to a vet. I need to be a vet. Screw this eBay thing.
Yeah.
I'm going back to college. I'm going to be a vet. Man, they were there. We were in and out in an hour. It was like $400 for 2 dogs.
Oh.
Easy.
$200 a dog for exams, some shots, and some flea medicine, like flea preventer. In Florida, we have really bad sand fleas. So when they go out and roll, if you don't have the flea medicine, they will get them. So you have to buy it. It's like $20 a dog for a month.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So you buy each dog 3 months, and it's $120 for 2 dogs.
That's wild.
And then the state of Florida charges you $20 a year to register them with the rabies tag, which you have to have. So I mean, yeah, you could go without it, but anyway,
dude, we went to Florida 5 years ago, and I remember those sand fleas.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They're like, if you've never seen a sand flea, like everyone knows little fleas that you pick off a dog or whatever. These sand fleas are like the size of my finger. Like they're no joke. Yeah. If you don't get the medicine, it's no joke. So yeah, you got to buy that. So okay. Are you guys is she working this late at night?
No.
I'm the wife.
She's just
I know, but she was handling merchandise. I think that was working.
She's not working.
I'm just assisting.
He's trying to explain slave labor live on YouTube.
Overtime. He didn't want to pay overtime.
Yeah. Hey, you know
some states have that law. You can call the lawyer and they'll investigate over 40 hours.
Oh man. Don't give her any ideas, dude. So hey, Casey, have you ever heard of the brand Meyer?
Heard of who?
Meyer, the brand Meyer, like in pants?
No.
Show me. M-E-Y-E-R?
No, I don't think so.
Dude, you should look these up. Okay, so these are Meyer Super Stretch. This is what the tag.
Holy bejesus! I see the retail on them.
Yeah. Well, I found a brand new pair in the store.
Of course, he found a brand new pair with tags.
They're just laying around over here in Oklahoma, dude.
Just laying around, and okay, no problem.
Yeah, okay's okay for.
Hey, speaking of out, how many are any of you guys going to Vegas?
I wish.
Oh God.
Nah, I won't be able to go.
No.
Maybe
Jason, I thought for sure you would go.
Oh, I want to. Trust me. What's in Vegas? Yeah. Everything but us.
What's in Vegas stays in. Oh, you're talking about what's in. Who's in Vegas? What's on second?
eBay Open is this year in Vegas. I think they have it there every year though.
And they moved it. Hold on. So I'm not on my channel, so I'm going to make this joke on your channel. And if you get in trouble for this, I completely apologize ahead of time, and I owe you. But I'm not making this joke on my channel. And if anyone records this later, so be it.
Don't forget. You did share this video on the Thrift and Reseller World.
I did. I just put it in the big group. So eBay Open last year was at the MGM Grand, for those that don't know. And eBay signed a 3-year, this is my understanding, this could be false, but I think this is accurate, a 3-year contract with MGM Incorporated, which owns MGM, the Mandalay Bay, and Bellagio. They own 3 hotels. Okay. So it didn't have to be at MGM. And so this year they moved from the MGM to Mandalay Bay. So this year it's at Mandalay. And they also backed up eBay Open from Tuesday through Friday for Tuesday through Thursday. They cut a day. And so obviously eBay was trying to cut some costs, which, okay, fair enough. And I think cutting a day probably saved them a boatload of money. But I have to guess that going to Mandalay Bay was a big reduction in price because, well, we all know the tragedy. Obviously, Mandalay selling tickets and booking was probably a little harder than normal.
Right.
In my opinion, eBay got a killer deal on the Mandalay Bay.
They probably did. And if you want,
did Jason miss that? I made my joke.
Probably a bad choice of places, but
eBay got a killer deal on the Mandalay Bay, right?
Okay.
No, but in all seriousness, no.
I'll drag my drum set in here and just do it. Did it?
I know. No, but no. In all seriousness, the security is good, and that's a horrible thing. And I had people concerned about going to eBay Open over the security, and I doubt that anything's going to happen again. The security is super tight, and it's a horrible thing. We were there 2 months before that happened. Like, that is scary, and I doubt Vegas is going to be targeted again. That guy was just out of his mind and crazy.
They still don't even know what his motive.
Yeah, no one knows like what makes someone snap. Like, it's one thing. I think about how hard it would be for me to snap, to like just walk up to somebody and punch somebody in the face, let alone to do that. Like, what level of crazy do you have to get to? It's intense to think that, but I feel safe in Vegas, and anybody who might see this or might be on the fence about it, you're protected. Mandalay's put up a lot of security. I looked it up. Vegas in general has put up a lot, and it'll be perfectly fine. I assure you.
Yeah. So how much? I didn't even look into it, Casey. How much are the tickets to go?
The tickets went up from $250 to $275 for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It includes entry into Open, which is 8 a.m. to like 5 p.m. every day. It includes lunch for 3 days. It's a buffet lunch in the main room. Last year, they had an open bar all 3 days during the middle. Well, I listen, I don't know. All I know is me and Lindy Glenn were hanging out in a chair, and a couple other people came over, and they had rum and Cokes, and we were like, where did you get those? And it was right in front of us. And we're like, oh, okay. So I went up and I had like money out, and the guy's like, what can I get you? And he gave it to me. And I'm like, how much do I owe you? And he's like, nothing. I'm like, all right.
All right.
And then the last day of the event at 8 o'clock, I think it's 7 o'clock this year, is a private party. Last year, they hired Bare Naked Ladies to play for 2 hours. And then they rented out an entire bar. It's a 2-story bar and restaurant, and they had an open buffet and open bar at that place the last night as well. So you do get several $100s. I mean, if you drink, if you eat, if you want the entertainment, you get your money and value worth just almost out of that. So
that's pretty cool.
Didn't you say, Casey, that it was like $1,000 just straight up?
Right. If it's one person going on your own, depending on your travel cost, and depending on how many days you stay, it's going to be right around $1,000 to $1,100. So the ticket is $275. I'm going to assume that most people can get a plane ticket for $325 or less. So that puts you at $600. And then the hotel is $89 a night for attendees. There is a $35 a night resort fee. So that puts you at $124. And they have an 8% tax, I believe. So that puts you at 134 a night.
135, so 260, 390 plus. You're looking at about probably without, I mean, just being there and not gambling and stuff, probably $1,000.
$1,000, yeah. So I figured 4 nights at the hotel is $540, and then the $600 to get there is going to run you about, you know, anywhere from $1,100, maybe $1,150 with no money. It was a little cheaper last year. My spending money, we went for 5 days last year, and we do drink. We don't gamble. So I think the entire 5 nights we were there, we spent what, like 150 or 200 gambling. We went one night to blackjack, and we spent 100 on blackjack one night, and the rest of the time we didn't gamble anything really.
How long is that $100?
The 100 on blackjack, like 45 minutes. An hour, maybe. Yeah. We were at a table. They had a conference there for computer hackers, and we were at a table with hackers. I'm like, I don't feel comfortable sitting here.
No, those are the best ones on the blackjack table. They count.
I felt like we were all going to get tackled to the table. Like, so our spending in cash was just over $1,000 in spending money. We went to Zumanity show, which was like, you know, $100 a ticket. Even at the discount, they were like $125 regular. So we spent $200 just on that show. And then, you know, we spent on a couple meals. We spent a couple $100. We spent a couple $100 on alcohol. We spent the $100 or so on gambling. And so, yeah, it's quick to rack up $800,000 in 5 days. I mean, it's quick. So if you're going by yourself with no spending money, $1,100. If you plan on spending money, you need at least 5 by yourself. Maybe 7's better. So think of it as an $1,800 trip. It's expensive.
When is it exactly?
24th through 26th. 24, 25, 26th of July. That's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Tuesday begins at 7 a.m. registration, 8 a.m. opening remarks. So you want to be there on Monday, which would mean you need to stay Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and Thursday night. You could leave Friday afternoon. We are going to stay Friday. So we'll be leaving probably Saturday.
I'll think about it.
Should we do a GoFundMe? Do we need to do it?
No. That doesn't have to happen. but I'll think about it.
It's a fun time. So the biggest question I got on this, and I suspect Jason probably will get it at least once, is it worth the money? Regardless of everything else, is it worth the money to go? And what do you get out of it? And so the networking for me is number one. So I'm kind of in a different position than a lot of people. I kind of know all the stuff that they teach and train and all this. I still did learn quite a bit from it, but the networking, regardless of beginner, intermediate, expert, the networking is so good. And what do I mean by networking? You can meet other sellers that are going to share their store with you. People aren't going to walk up to you and say, hey, it's nice to meet you. Don't look at my store. Like, people are sharing their stores. You're going to get to see people on stage that talk, that do $50,000 a year and that do $5 million a year.
Wow.
You're going to get to see each level of sales. There's a girl last year, I call her a girl, a little bit older than me, experienced than me. Sorry, ahead of time. You know what I'm talking about. Her company, her dad started a snowmobile company. We met them at the party finally. They won a Shine Award. Their company does $50 million a year in sales. I believe half of that's on eBay.
Wow.
They sell snowmobile parts.
That's wow. And
Dang.
Out of New Hampshire, I think, or Vermont. Yeah. So you meet people on every level of eBay's platform, from me that does, mid hundreds to people that do, 20,000 to people that are doing $50 million. So there's things to learn from everyone. And if you're hiding in the corner, don't go to eBay Open. Come out there, open your eyes, and talk to everybody. Meet everyone. Go to eBay gives you an app at the beginning of the conference when you register. It shows you every workshop and course that is available each day, from noon to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3. Hey, from 2 to 3 is better photographs. From 3 to 4 is better listing. From 4 to 5 is better titles. And so every day you can make a schedule to what you want to go to and what you want to learn. And then they have, all these professionals, they have eBay employees. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth, spending $1,500. I'll spend $2,000 because she's got to go with me. I'm not mature enough to party alone.
You probably, honestly, Casey, in situations like this, as much of a following as you have in the reseller community, you probably get followed like you got a bunch of lost puppy dogs behind you.
Yeah, that's my only downfall about eBay. I can't be crazy because somebody's going to be filming me, I'm pretty sure. I got to act like a mature adult.
To a small little bar and hang out.
I'm going to print out a bunch of waiver forms this year that says you will not film me, you will not share it.
Yeah, get the paparazzi away.
No, it was cool. You know what? Everyone last year was so awesome. They were so nice. I had people, everyone, comes up and want a photo or video or wants to ask questions. It is amazing to my biggest thing on here ever since I've started this is putting faces to names and names to faces and accounts to faces, and meeting people in person is just another level above that. So if people can go to eBay Open, they really should. And if they live in Oklahoma and you guys have a meetup, they should go. Meet people in person.
We have somewhat of a meetup right now. It's a little we're trying to get it together. It's still kind of dismembered, but we're trying to get a pretty solid meetup here in Oklahoma.
I feel like that's your fault.
Jason's fault, man.
Well, you've got Mallory out there.
Yeah.
And you guys, and there's quite a few more from Oklahoma that I have in my VIP group. In fact, I'll Jason, you're in the group. You should there's 2 or 3 in your area.
Yeah, there's quite a few. Well, see what happened. I think Lisa, I believe she I guess just a couple of days ago had archived the group for some reason unknown. And then the next day she brought it back.
Yeah, she messaged me about coming on, and then she canceled it at the last minute. I wasn't sure what I told her to message me if she needed help with something, but I didn't hear back. So, what you should do, I think if there's a couple in VIP, there's got to be several, maybe 10 or 15 in the big group. Let's shoot a link tomorrow just to get everybody over there that doesn't know about it tomorrow. Okay. And then I'll give you more people to potentially put the meetup together, because the meetups are awesome. Having people meet is one of the best ways.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That, and I think it might actually work in our benefit if several of us want to go to eBay Open. It might save us some.
That's true. Yeah.
So that might be.
So that's something to do soon. So eBay Open sold out last year. It was in July. It sold out at the end of June.
Oh, okay. So I need to get on board.
So you got we're middle of April, so to May, you got about 2 months till it sells out. By June, a month and a half. What's that, Judith?
Southwest still having their $49 go anywhere?
After today, I think Southwest has free tickets for anyone that's risking it. I'm on a roll tonight.
Their engine blew up. I know.
No, Southwest should have, they have a lot of special. Out of Florida, the traffic is I don't know why we don't have, every Vegas flight is packed out of here. And it's expensive for us to fly. It was, for us, round trip was $325. So, we spent $700 on plane tickets last year.
It might be okay to try and see if they're still having that promotion.
Yeah, that's definitely. I think they do a lot of those promotions from cities like you guys, because you guys are hubs. So 3 of the hubs, the biggest hubs in the central that go out to Vegas are Dallas, Oklahoma City, and Denver. Yeah. So those 3 cities are the biggest 3 hubs to go out. A lot of the flights that have layovers out of here end up in Oklahoma, Denver, or Texas. So you guys, I would imagine, because it's a bounce over hub and a big layover thing, that you guys can get really cheap tickets, if I had to guess.
Yeah. Usually flights from out of here usually get laid over either in Denver or sometimes even Phoenix.
Phoenix, yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Or Chicago. Yeah.
Go north to Chicago, yeah. By the way, just so you guys know, My brother's 10 years older than me. He's been in the Air Force for 22 years. I spent a month in Oklahoma City.
At Tinker?
Really?
At Tinker Air Force Base, yes.
I'll be darned.
I was 16 years old, 17
Oh,
years old. So we're talking about 16 years ago.
Yeah.
But I did spend an entire month in Oklahoma City. It was July.
Oh,
Oh, no.
that's a bad time.
It was
Welcome
hot
to
as
the depths
all
of
get up. Yeah, I was in the death zone. I was 16 or 17. I was a whiny little teenager. So
Oh, yeah.
it was terrible. But I
Worst
have
time.
been in your neck of the woods for an extended period of time. So
Yeah, in the summertime, it's like 90 degrees relative humidity, and then it's 120 degrees actual humidity.
yeah, exactly. Which is terrible versus us. So anybody that's been to Disney World or like the other coast of Florida, it's hot as heck. But we live on the Gulf Coast, so we get the Gulf breeze and the winds. So it is actually not so bad where we live. If you live over on Orlando or West Palm or Fort Lauderdale, it is blazing hot over there.
My brother-in-law is actually, well, at one point he was stationed at Medill Air Force Base.
Yep, that's just right near me.
And I'm telling you, I was there for about a week and a half, and it seemed like it rained mid-afternoon for about an hour or two every single day.
Every single day.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
It is on. It's like on a clock, like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, every single day without fail. It's like, oh, when's the rain? Oh, there it is. Everyone come inside. I'll call you in an hour. Literally, no joke. My brother was at MacDill for a while. He went to Tokyo. He was at MacDill for 2 years. MacDill's beautiful. That's down south of the peninsula, so you get all the water views. It's cool there though. But yeah, it's not so bad on this side of the coast. You live over in West Palm and Miami, Fort Lauderdale. It's hot as all get up. It is crazy hot over there. And that's the difference in that's a 5-hour drive. Miami, South Beach is about 5 hours. So.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, we go like long weekends. That's a work Friday, ship your packages, finish up what you need, and leave on like Friday by lunchtime, and then hang out through the weekend type thing. But yeah, I've been out there in 112-degree Oklahoma weather. I know all about that.
Yeah. Yep.
Why do you guys live there?
We dig holes, man.
Is that to hide, or is it just cooler underground?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But you know, the Vegas last year when we were in Vegas, it was 113 the day we got there.
Yeah, it's
Super dry, desert heat.
Oh, well, that's not too bad.
still hot.
It's hot, yeah, but the problem with the dry heat is that you don't realize you're burning.
Come on.
You can't tell. And so you feel like you're okay
Yes.
and you're not sweating really bad. And then you go inside and all of a sudden you realize what you've done and it's not good. So yeah, bad. Some of the videos from last year, I look bad. I know it too.
You were red.
Yeah, you can tell there's one video I'm in the pool and we have some drinks and I come up out of the water and you just see it like
You just turn into a Burger King bacon reject.
it was bad. I'll use that Burger King bacon reject. That's not good. So, apparently, I'm not the only one with the. I got it. Is the chat? I didn't even look at the chat. Nashville has direct to Vegas. Yeah, I did see that. Did somebody? Will Bess is in the chat. Did somebody say something about sharing hotel? Lindy and Stephanie left out of here and shared a hotel room last year. I know they saved like $300 doing that. That's always an option if you guys know each other or you trust each other enough. I don't know about
Will
that.
Bess said your Mandalay Bake funny was too soon.
Too soon.
Too soon.
Yeah, probably. No, you know what though, Mandalay, that is such a one-off fluke situation.
It was.
That is just somebody, you know, just same with the kid at the school just down the road from us. I mean, you can't know this stuff. I mean, that kid was reported, but this guy, no one knew. So, Lori said Mandalay probably paid eBay to hold the convention there.
Oh man.
No, that's not me. I didn't say all that. It's everything I heard. It was going to be at MGM Grand again this year, but I think that the money played a part between the Mandalay and the reduction of a day. Now I'm curious to see who they're going to hire to play because I don't know what bands like charge you to play. Like what does a Bare Naked Lady band get for one night? Like 10 grand, 20 grand? I don't even know.
Is that the name of a band?
Bare Naked Ladies is the name of a band. Yeah, they got popular in the early 2000s, and they haven't been popular for a while. But
is that who's expected to play at the eBay Open this year?
No, they had them last year, and I don't know if they're rehiring or what. They played a 2-hour set, 4 members of the band. So in my guess, they probably. I have a friend that used to own nightclubs, and he paid people. It would be anywhere from 10, 15, 20 grand a night. Yeah. For like a big name. Like he had Ja Rule play way back in the day, and it was like $20,000. So
I mean, I believe it. I mean, you're not just paying for the artist, you're also paying for promotions, you're paying for every security, promotions, their management,
their free liquor.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that's what happens when you make it big.
Yep. Jason, I'm waiting. Help me out here, buddy.
Yeah, right.
My speaking charge, the invoice, by the way, Jason, I'll email that to you later.
There you go.
Okay.
Make sure it's Jason.
Right.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, my window disappears.
Deduct the $100 super chat and the $50 super chat.
Oh, wait a minute. We got to take YouTube's fees into consideration. 30%. 30%. I'm going to set up a chat box where everyone can donate to everyone and I get 30% of it. I feel like those are the guys making money.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what the heck did YouTube? I mean, well, I take that back. I mean, I guess they got to get paid somehow.
Yeah, no kidding. Somehow. 30% of us supporting each other. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Well, instead of a super chat, you should next time you go live, you should tell people like a precursor of every video. Like if you plan on sending a super chat, just hold off. I'll give you my PayPal email and you can send it direct.
3%. Yeah, 3% instead of 30%. Yeah, tell me about it. The only thing I'm waiting for to happen on that is when I wake up and YouTube sends me a nice email that says I've been suspended. Yeah, great.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that that demonetization.
Yeah, you don't want that to happen. You got a lot to lose there.
A little bit, yeah. It's a fair amount. I wouldn't want to give up. So, yeah, it isn't. It won't save my life, but it would be bad if I woke up and I was suspended from YouTube. Whew. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what I would do.
That's all right. I'll just have you on every time I come on my show. That's how we'll get around that.
All of a sudden, Jason's in Vegas in a penthouse. Yeah, great.
Oh, I wouldn't hate it.
Good times. Listen, the people in Oklahoma are going to love me, but the rest of the internet is going to hate me after this. Somebody in this chat is recording this and putting it out somewhere.
Not me.
Right. We're just hanging out. We're all just having fun.
Yeah, we're all just hanging out till it goes public.
I have no idea what was said that shouldn't have been.
Listen, I can't say doggies without getting hate over it. Okay.
I know. That's what happens. That's what happens when you create a Facebook group, and all of a sudden, the next thing you know, it has 70,000 people in it. I
woke up. Okay, so originally with that group, I used to get like 2 people a day. I was super excited when like 5 people joined that group. I was like, yeah, 5 people. Yeah, like this is awesome. And then so my admin, most of you don't know her. She stays super quiet, but Megan Reed in LA, she messaged me one morning. She gets up at like the crack butt of dawn at like 5 a.m. California time. And that's 8 a.m. my time. I'm probably not awake then. And she messages me. And she's like, hey, like 30 people overnight asked to join the group. And I'm like rubbing my eyes and I'm like, what? 3 people? What is that? I'm like, 30? And so I go into the group. I'm like, holy crap, 30 people joined the group. We talked probably like later that afternoon at lunchtime or something. She messaged me. She goes, we have 30 people pinning the group. And I'm like, I know, you told me that already. And she's like, no, 30 more people. And I'm like, what? By the end of the day, we had like 400 people in the group. I'm like, holy crap. And
how did that happen?
I don't even know. I think I mentioned it in one video because I think I was like, yeah, I don't really want to put the Facebook group out there on the YouTube channel. And she's like, oh, you should just tell people that you have a cool Facebook group. And I'm like, all right, it's not really cool, but I'll mention it. And we literally got like 300 or 400 people in like 48 hours. It was nuts. And then every day after that, we were getting like 30, 40 people. Nowadays, does anybody have a guess? I'm going to ask. Does anybody have a guess how many requests a day we get?
Probably 200 to 250 a day.
400 to 500 a day.
Wow.
And I filter every single request because we get like Yo Min Chun free products times 50 a day. So we don't let those people in. We delete every one of them. They just
want to come in and post to try and sell products.
Right. They want to spam Chinese products across. So we delete them. We don't let them in. I mean, literally their name is in Chinese characters.
Yeah.
And you can't even read their profile. So we just delete. We just block them because we have to approve every person. We go through 400 or 500 people a day, every single day. Just approve. Oh, delete, approve, delete every single day. It's bonkers. I don't know how it got to this or what happened, but I am to the point where I'm like, I don't know those people. I don't want nothing to do with any of them.
That's crazy. So your YouTube channel actually took off a lot, like before any of your Facebook groups did?
Right. Yeah. The Facebook group was started when I had 21,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Okay.
That was January of last year. So the group has been live a year and a half, almost.
A year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah. Year and a half, 70,000 members. Yeah.
So your subscribers on
a year
YouTube,
and a half ago.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So your subscribers on YouTube are all just like, is it all organic? Like how it happened?
I would say no. So the only reason I would say no is because I go to my demographics for my viewership. I look at the analytics about once a week or so. And if you look at my traffic sources, you can sort YouTube analytics by traffic sources. Like people that come from my Facebook and Instagram are probably only about 20%. Like social media is probably 20 to 25%. My recommended YouTube pages. So what that means is somebody's looking at a video and on the right-hand side, I'm recommended, whether it's Steve Rakin's video or, you know, there's a girl called Micah Stauffer. She's a huge 2 million YouTuber. She did one eBay video, but if you watch her one eBay video, I've tested it along like 30 different accounts. I always pop up on her recommended right side. So
Wow.
I get like 50% of my traffic from recommended.
Wow, that's phenomenal.
And so, yeah, so that means it doesn't matter whether it was somebody in this genre that's Steve Rakin or Prof Sales or whatever, or if it's somebody that just did a one-off video about eBay, I'm always appearing on those sides. That's 50% of all traffic, which is crazy. And my social media, 2025, and then the rest of it is just Google search or Twitter maybe or something like that. So the organic growth is probably, I would say, organically YouTube. YouTube does a really good job of advertising you. If you use the right hashtags and the right titles, you will appear on other people's sides of their channels.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you know, this is something that I'm like really wanting to get involved in as like, not just to create content, you know, that's worthy and that helps people in this business. Because I mean, let's be real. You've created nearly all the content that's available. I mean, per se, I mean, you know, as far as, I mean, it's all been done before, you know,
Right.
So at this point, but I still feel like leaving my footprint in the sand, for lack of better terms.
Right. No, and that's 100% right. There's always room for other people to put their spin on it, their opinion, and their expertise. You know 1,000 things that I don't know.
Right.
And so there's always room to put that in. There's always, you know, these platforms are always changing. There's always new rules, new policies, new procedures, and there's always news stories. The lighthearted story I actually recorded, and I'll probably schedule it for tomorrow. A lot of people don't know that, and this is going to go crazy. Hold yourself. 6,000 dogs a day go to work at Amazon.
That's pretty cool.
So Amazon has an open dog policy. And so at their main Seattle headquarters, 8.1 million square feet, 50,000 employees, 10% bring dogs to work every day.
Huh.
I feel sorry for the landscape guy.
Why is it this guy that brings that up? So the 17th floor is a rooftop with an outdoor play area for the dogs with fake fire hydrants and pee areas and water bowls and dog treats and all that. So they literally allow this, and apparently it gives a 7% increase in productivity with employees. And so this was a huge story that went viral today all over all these sites. And I'm like, you know, we've had a bunch of down and out negative tax stories and people being all, you know, crazy. I'm going to do a dog story. So there's always things going on that you can put your spin on. And once you build a following, you can start adding in your own. You know, I went to Hobby Lobby the other day and just went shopping like personally. And I was like, people love Hobby Lobby. I'm just going to film Hobby Lobby. And I bought a puzzle that we're going to build eventually when I don't have time to talk to Jason. I can build a puzzle, you know. But we bought this puzzle, or I bought this puzzle that's food that we ate as kids.
Yep.
Like Jello pudding pops and Captain Crunch and Surge and all this stuff. And I'm like,
oh, Surge. Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna build this puzzle. Like, and I filmed this video of going around Hobby Lobby and people loved it. And I was like, wow. And I'm embarrassed to admit I've never been in a Dollar Tree ever.
I saw that when you said that.
I saw it. Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, you make me feel cheap, dude.
I know. And a friend of mine was like, have you ever been in Dollar Tree? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, wait, stop, go back. What is a Dollar Tree? And we have like one in my general area. And she's like, you've never been in Dollar Tree? I'm like, no. And so then sent me a link to YouTube and she's like, people love Dollar Tree. Everyone goes to Dollar Tree. I'm like, I've never been in Dollar Tree. So I'm like, all right, U-turn, going to Dollar Tree. And I'm like, whip out the camera. There we go. Dollar Tree it is. And so people love that too. And I'm like, there's always things that you can, they may not be directly related to reselling, but they have something to do with, there was supplies in Dollar Tree. There was stuff maybe you could resell. There's all kinds of cool stuff. And so you can make your own mark as Jason, as Julio, as whatever you want on YouTube. And it's fun. To me, it's fun. I love it.
Yeah, I'm having a blast, honestly. I said, like, at the end of last year, I told myself a New Year's resolution was for me to actually get over my fear of cameras and just do it.
Mission accomplished.
You know, just do it. And so I well, you know, the thing is I've got 10 years of experience hoarding clothing and selling it on eBay. You know, and I know a lot about it, and it's not doing me any good just keeping it in a bushel basket for, you know. So.
A lot of people, their biggest comment is that I'm causing myself competition. Man, there's millions of pieces of clothing. Every piece of clothing is unique.
It's everywhere. I mean, like
whatever I go by today, you will never find tomorrow.
Honestly, yeah, exactly. Casey, and earlier before you jumped on, Julio got to talking about how he goes to the
Julio was talking. I haven't heard him say a word, but go ahead.
But he was talking about how he went to the same thrift store every single day and was still finding stuff every single day.
Yeah, so I mean, put new stuff out every day.
Every day.
So with that comment said, Julio, can you I gotta hear it. Please elaborate.
Salvation, okay. I go to Salvation Army every day. The reason I do it is because the post office is about a half a mile away from my house. Mm-hmm. And then from the post office to Salvation, it's another half mile. So I'm there every day. I know the managers, the cashiers, and they know what I do. So I kind of know the times when they're bringing out racks. So I go up there and check them out before they put them on the floor.
And see that, and that's part of this business too, is relationships and networking and knowing stuff. And so you know that, and you're able to hit it up. Because this was, I don't know, 6 or 9 months ago, those Burberry shirts. And I was in a Salvation Army one day when they started rotating. This guy brought out like 6 Burberry Brit shirts. They had like $4.99 on them. And he's putting them out on the rack. And I'm like, yeah, just don't even, here, I'll take it. Thank you. And so by knowing that he was putting that stuff out, I was sitting there waiting on him. So that's an amazing point. And I mean, there's 100 other stories I could tell about knowing people and stuff, but that's incredible.
Dude, like people, like the guys working there, they're bringing out fresh racks. I can already hear them. Like, okay, they're coming.
Yep. Yep.
They're like, yeah, this guy's gonna go check it.
Salvation whisperer. Yeah. That's good times. No, that's awesome. Can we get you guys got to come to Vegas? Jesus,
Fine.
It'd
You're,
be nice.
you're
Fine.
convincing me,
You
man.
know what? I'm going to convince my wife. Actually, I don't. There's no convincing my wife. I'll just tell her. What?
Wait, what?
Oh, what do you mean you? How about us?
What about the kids?
We'll find a place to put those kids. Well,
You can't put that on YouTube, by the way.
those kids. Well, we
Wait,
love
how old are the kids?
3 and 6. Of course, we love. Them.
You can't put that on YouTube. They're not old enough.
No, we're not. We're not going to take them with us.
No,
Probably.
I mean you can't leave them by themselves.
We're not doing that either.
They're going to be shipping. Right?
Yeah, we'll ship them to her dad.
Wait, we're going to be shipping them to Vegas or leaving them home to do your shipping? I think that's that far.
You know what we could do is talk to my adopted family and see if they can meet us in Vegas. They probably would, just not with the kids.
There you go.
Ooh, she's making it happen.
Uh-huh.
Either that, or maybe I could have my mom take sick days from work and watch them for 4 days.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. And your mom's not gonna want to them.
There's a will, there's a way. We'll start
There's-
Just
looking.
saying.
I would be, if you guys can make it, oh my God, I will do live shows with you. We could do so much stuff once we're there. eBay Open has the main hall area has plugins in the floor for computers, and then it has Wi-Fi that's open, so you can do like live shows and stuff.
Oh, that would be cool. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, if you can do, man, if you can't do it, oh my God, I got to figure out something. Oklahoma road trip. That's a long drive. God, never mind.
Hey, I'll put it to you this way: even if you did come out here at some point, you could stay like 2, 3, 4 days. We'll hit up all the thrift stores, and you'd probably, I don't know, you might be able to. You might make it cheaper to ship everything back to you by sending it to Amazon FBA and then having them send it to your house.
No kidding. I've seen people not far off of that pull that stuff, like go out across the country and just have that shipped back. Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Well, you know, Amazon's got that great deal with UPS, so you might get cheaper rates sending it there first and having them send it to your house.
I've actually just screwed with that before, like setting to like 100-pound box or something to see what it would cost me versus what it cost Amazon. It's like 10%. I'm like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That box cost me $80. It cost you 10, you jerks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, my name's not Bezos. I can help you with that. I mean, no wonder the guy's worth $118 billion.
Have you seen his have you seen like pictures or video of his desk? His desk still is the same.
The one that he made out of like a door or something with like the leg?
Yeah. Is that not insane?
That's ridiculous.
Because like the richest man in what I wouldn't say the world, but in the US.
No, he passed Gates in the world, yeah.
Okay.
Gates is at like 98 billion and he's at like 109 or 111 or some crazy number, yeah.
And he's got like this makeshift desk still.
Why not? Who cares? Like what?
I mean,
you gonna make fun of him for his
have
desk?
in the world at this point, you know?
You gonna make fun of his desk? I don't think you are. I don't think any of us are.
I think it's pretty cool. If you,
I think it's awesome. I think it's fantastic.
Totally awesome.
'Cause he never let me sleep.
If you watch, there's an interview that and I want to say it's like who are those big news guys? Dan Rather maybe did an interview with him in like 1999 or 2000 where they went to his office. This was before Amazon sold anything but books, and Bezos is still that young looking guy with the glasses and the bald head or whatever, and he shows Dan Rather like, hey, you bought Stephen King's It on books. And he goes, here's your recommended books. And he shows him, you know, and Dan Rather thinks this is the coolest website ever. He goes, oh, you're recommending Stephen King's Tommyknockers to me. That's awesome. And, you know, fast forward 19 years and all of a sudden, you know, what it is. And at the time, you know, I think Dan Rather at the time's like, your company's going to do 200 million in sales this year. I'm sorry, your company's going to do 200 billion in sales this year. Like what they've done from that point to now is incredible. Most people don't know Amazon has never turned a profit.
Has never turned a profit?
Amazon is a negative operating company.
How does that work? Okay, so they're always reinvesting 100%.
Correct. Yeah. So Amazon's net So Amazon's net operating income in this might be 2016, was $4.5 billion, which was operating income. Their net revenues was like 4.4. So what they needed to operate versus what they made was 100 million under. They did not actually turn a profit. In fact, I don't think this fiscal year they turned a profit. They are estimated to turn a profit. I do not think they turned one in fiscal 2017. They spend way more money than they make.
I mean, it seems to be working for them, though.
It is. And so, and this is the long term. This is Bezos's wide open mind, seeing the long, big picture. He spent a boatload of money. I can't even imagine how much they've spent on infrastructure and warehouses and all this stuff. But he sees that at the end of the road, if he can get it to break even or small profits, the company is worth, what's their market cap? 500-600 billion dollars market cap. Are they the second biggest company now?
Yeah.
So that's the long haul. At the end of the day, he sees, Bezos isn't worried about money or a paycheck or whatever it is. He's got everything he needs. He sees the company. He's really the company first. Absolutely, no question, company first. And that's how he got to where he is. He's willing to spend the money. The old spend money to make money. He is no joke. Spend money to make money. They spent. I don't know if you guys know. They spent. What was it? 13 billion on Whole Foods. 13.5 billion.
By Whole Foods. Yeah. Well,
I think it was 13.5. Most people don't know this. That was cash. Cash purchase, $13.5 billion.
I wonder what that looks like in cash.
Let me give you a hint. It don't fit in no building.
Damn, I don't know.
How'd they deliver it?
How do you deliver that?
I guess
who's his bank? I need to know.
140.
Are they insured for that amount? Because I want my money there.
Golly.
More than a boatload.
More than a boatload is right. That's like a aircraft carrier load.
Yeah.
13.5 billion in cash. No stock options, no transfers of debt. 13.5 billion in cash to buy Whole Foods.
Wow.
That's insane.
And now they're in the drug business, the pharmaceutical business. They filed 13 patents on pharmaceuticals.
Do you think that you can ever foresee, Amazon getting to the point where it's almost as though they're like capitalizing on all of the markets?
Right. So this turns back to 1995 and Microsoft with Bill Gates with the antitrust case. So Microsoft got so big to turn a 37,000 page lawsuit into 3 seconds is Microsoft didn't allow the consumers to have an option. You bought a computer, it came with Windows, period. They were too big. So the government sued Microsoft and Bill Gates had to split the company into multiple sectors. Amazon is already split into multiple sectors. Do I think the government can hit them for a monopoly? Maybe. So a monopoly means that you have no competition. eBay is a big competition. There's no set percentage of competition, but the monopoly means that you're on an X amount of items. You're not allowing customers to have an option. Right. Every item that's for sale on Amazon, you have an option to go somewhere else. With the whole Microsoft thing, you didn't have an option to go somewhere else. There was no MacBook at the time of the Windows antitrust case at Microsoft Windows. That was it. You had Linux and you had Microsoft. Linux had 1% of the marketplace at the time.
Yeah.
Windows had 97.5%. Amazon doesn't have that monopoly. So if you want an iPod 5th generation, you can go to eBay, you can go to Amazon, you can go to Bonanza or Rakuten or even Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or wherever. I don't think there's enough for the government to pursue it.
I see what you're saying. What they're doing is they're essentially just getting they're becoming small players in numerous different markets.
Right. So I think Amazon, that's correct. Amazon is spread really, really far, beyond belief far, like hundreds of millions of products.
Yeah. That's pretty wild.
I don't know that it works the same as the Windows antitrust. So no, I don't think the government has a chance to go after them for monopoly. I think they're good. I think Jeff Bezos knows it. And I think that Bezos, in the changing times of 95 versus 2018, could fight it. You know, the world's changed. That's 23 years. The world has changed a lot.
Yeah.
So I think he's good. I don't think Amazon's going to get hit. And I think Amazon is going to be a force for many, many, many years. And it's obvious they're putting businesses out of business week after week. Look how many videos I've done. Look how many businesses have gone out of business. Is it all because of Amazon? No, it's their own faults. But is part of it because of Amazon? Absolutely.
I was at Office Depot. Earlier today, and I bought a toner for my printer cartridge, and
paid retail.
Yeah, well, actually, no, they price matched me with Walmart.com. They used to price match Amazon if Amazon was the seller.
Yeah,
but
not a third party, only Amazon.
Right, only Amazon. But they quit doing that about 3 months ago, and
really,
yeah. Yeah, and Walmart actually does not even price match Walmart.com anymore.
Kate was in. That is so funny that you said that. Kate was in the store the other day to buy a pull floaty, trying to get $5 savings from the website to the store.
Yeah,
I'm not even kidding.
I said no.
They matched it for her.
Oh, they did?
They did. They matched it for you.
I think it's like a store-to-store policy. That might be the case, but I do know the store I went into, they wouldn't do it. And I was like, man, this is crazy.
You should have fought it.
Well, I didn't buy it.
Oh, you didn't buy it?
No. Well, today in Office Max or Office Depot, they did price match Walmart.com. It was like they had this thing priced at like $75, $76 my toner cartridge, and Walmart, Best Buy, and Target, all three had them for like $53.
They matched it?
Yeah, they matched it.
Nice.
Which was good.
That shows you their profit margins.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Office Depot is the 100% worst place you can purchase anything unless you have 100% full intent on making them price match. So, just so you know, everybody is watching.
No, I don't disagree with that. Their prices are nuts. There is one thing at Office Depot I found. So they occasionally have, it's not all the time, but the bubble wrap, they'll do a buy two, get one free. And I did the square footage, the footage by feet divided by the price. It came out at the exact same price at Walmart, like literally to the penny.
Huh.
Oh, okay.
That's the only thing I've ever seen. If they have the buy, it's 250 feet. The buy two, get one free. It is the only thing I've ever seen of them as cheapest ever. Ever.
That's pretty interesting.
They are expensive, though. Absolutely agreed.
They are 100%. They are absolutely.
Kate's like, I would have left on that $5 pull floaty if they hadn't matched it.
Hey, seriously,
this is what you get by being with me all day.
Yeah, $5 is $5. It really is.
I'm a bad influence.
Hey, that's one whole sale of the eBay sale. You know, $5. That's what 10, 15 minutes of your time as an eBay sale.
Yeah, listen, I could have 10, 15 minutes of my time. I could have went and hung out in Vegas and got some shots at the pool or something.
Yeah. So absolutely. I think Jessica and I will probably be there as long as pending we have to find like a 4-day babysitter.
Somebody that's not the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Well, it's going to be family, 100%.
So what's that? And this is me being totally naive. Do you have like a set family, people, community that you can rely on that is good?
Yeah. Well, my mom and my grandpa and my mom's fiance, they live right here in town, real close. All of Jessica's family is like in California and Illinois. So
Okay, so too far, yeah.
close, yeah. But with California being fairly close, we might
LA?
actually,
Yeah.
we
LA
might,
or
no, actually, like Madera, if you know where Madera is.
is that north?
Fresno. North central, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think I know where Fresno is, yeah. I got a friend in Santa Clara. But yeah, Fresno, is that like south of San Francisco, like just before San Francisco?
No.
No, it's south of Sacramento.
It's 2 hours south, direct south of Sacramento.
Okay, so that's coast northern California. So that's above like Santa Clara, like above Silicon?
Yeah.
Okay, I know where you
Silicon's
are.
probably a good 6 to 8 hours away.
Yeah, okay, I know where I know where you are. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's far from you. God, that's real.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I drove all the way from Needles, California, which is where I-40 starts,
Mm-hmm.
Interstate 40, on the West Coast. I drove all the way from Needles, California here. It was like 1,280 miles.
It's half the country, yeah.
Nonstop. Didn't stop at all.
What?
Well, the thing he's missing, he's not telling you, is we still had to drive 6 hours to even get to Needles.
Yeah.
From where?
We stopped then.
Right.
Where were you at before Needles?
Around Fresno.
Oh,
30
okay.
minutes north of Fresno. So we started in Madera, drove to Needles, which is about a 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
Five, depending on how fast he drives. And then we stopped and had dinner and stayed there. And then we took it home, which was a 24-hour drive by that point because he was just like,
You had to
I'm
drive
ready
through the
get
Rockies.
home.
That's no joke. Which route did you go? Did you go through Denver?
We just took I-40 east all the way because
I-40 all. So
Yeah.
that goes below Denver.
Yeah, it goes through Arizona, New Mexico.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah,
south. Yeah, I-40 south.
Flagstaff.
Yeah.
Flagstaff and
That's a crazy drive. Holy crap.
yeah. I mean, I can't say that I enjoyed it.
Whew.
We've done it twice, which is actually kind of crazy for me to say. We've done it twice.
Look, I don't want to be driving all day for 2 whole days.
No.
For 2 days. So I'd rather just drive 22 hours straight. And
Catch that $49 Southwest flight. How about that?
But I think
I would love for you guys. You guys should be in Vegas. Like, I'm finishing the trip this weekend, like to book it and all. You guys, Vegas is so fun. It's so awesome. There's so many people there. There's thousands of people there. It's incredible.
I've never been to Vegas. And
Are you serious? You've driven the whole country. You've
my
never been to
gosh.
Vegas?
right?
Oh, you've got to go, Jason.
Oh, you
At
gotta
least
go,
one
man. You
time
gotta
in
get-
your life.
I love poker too much.
You can avoid the poker. Save the poker money. Put it towards the hotel.
Yeah, you're right.
I love poker too much too, and I
Hey,
agree.
guess what? I'll probably sit down with a couple $100, make $1,000, and then it's like an all expenses paid.
There you go. Then you're all good.
There you go.
The best thing about poker when you play the no limit table games is that you're not against the house, you're against the players, so your edge is better. Like
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. It's definitely a game of skill.
Yep. And so when you play against players, you're way better off than you are against a house.
Yeah.
Do it. It's so worth it. You're going to make money, not to mention you can deduct it on taxes.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. So I got, so on the plane ticket and the hotel, I got like 40% value.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it would definitely be pretty much an expense because you're going for a business meeting.
Yep. You can delete or you can deduct the plane ticket. You can deduct the hotel as travel and lodging. You can deduct you can add meals and entertainment, which is perfectly fair there. Don't deduct gambling. There's a gambling loss section on your taxes. Let's be reasonable, you guys.
Of course not.
But you can deduct meals and entertainment for, you had the Rockstar flipper for dinner and he drank a bunch and you paid $1,000 for the bill. Like, you can deduct everything.
There you go, Jason.
Just saying.
What are we gonna do, man? Are you gonna come with?
I think I'm gonna. You're convincing me, man.
What's your situation, Julio? Let's hear it. What do you got to do? What do you got to cover?
It would be 3 kids and a 5-month old. So yeah.
What's the woman think?
She would probably be down because
Wait.
she's always wanted to go. So
Okay, so what would you do with the 5-month-old?
I probably my 10-year-old and my 8-year-old will stay here and ship while I'm gone.
I'm not being a part of any of this. This is gonna my phone. Wait, I gotta check my phone to make sure people aren't like reporting me right now.
That's how we do it in Oklahoma.
5-year-old, 8-year-old, and 5-month-old.
No, come on, sarcasm. It's gotta be.
Wait, the internet doesn't know what the word sarcasm or joking is. Okay,
You're right.
they don't understand. All they know is Rockstar Flipper endorses child social services violations. That's all that'll be like the head of the article. Are you kidding me? Okay, seriously, what are we doing with the 5 and 8? Can we bring them to Vegas?
I think my mother-in-law would help us out.
Can she come to Vegas and stay in the hotel and watch the kids all day?
That'll work.
I told my mom that one time. I was like, listen, because last year I had my mom house sit and dog sit and ship my packages.
That's
And
awesome.
my mom was like, I think I got the short end of this stick. I want to go to Vegas.
Right?
You going to watch the dogs in Vegas? What are you going to do? Like, come on.
I'm just going from the
No, all honesty, you guys got to get to Vegas. Get there.
What are we gonna do besides just
Get drunk and get in the pool and party? What?
Okay.
And we'll win at poker and just get our money back, dude. We're good.
I'll watch while you guys win.
Come on, Casey.
I'm good until I have.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now. I am a very, very bad influence. So.
Right, so I'll watch you play poker while I'll have drinks. You play poker.
Sounds good.
If I have a half a drink at poker, I'll be like, Deuce 8, I can beat you. What's up?
No, this is how you really do it. Okay, so you order a drink. Well, you first come to the table acting like you're drunk.
Mm-hmm.
You order a drink, you drink it. You're not really drunk.
Nope.
But everybody at the table thinks you're wasted. Then you start taking all their money.
And then when you're gambling, drinking is free. So
That's right. Once you start, yeah, we had a couple free drinks, and we only spent $100, $150, and we got a couple free drinks. That's right, though. If you ever watch 21, the movie with those guys, so they tell them to order like water and tonic or tonic soda and a lime to make them think that they're drinking. Yeah. So you make people think that you're drinking, and then when you come up, they think they can take advantage of you, and then you own them. Yeah. That's a trick. My problem is I can't actually order the soda water with nothing. I got to order something with it. So
I got it too.
I can't just sit there and drink soda water. Like, it's not going to work.
It tastes terrible.
No shots. No shots.
I got to be careful. Well, you could order, if you want to invest in yourself, you could spend $50 or $60 and order everyone else shots, get them drunk too, and then it's a level playing field. So you spend $50 or $60 to order shots, but then you win a couple hundred off of them. So,
well, if drinking is free in Vegas while you're playing, could I just order the shots for everybody else on the table and it would be free?
We didn't try that. I don't know. We only ordered for ourselves. We only ordered like 2 shots, so it was okay. But I don't know.
It's like a kind gesture.
That's a good question. Like, hey, Mandalay, I'm keeping them at your tables too by giving them drinks. That's a good idea. Jason's on to something here.
Really good idea, dude.
I'm keeping 5 of us at the table now.
You know what? I think I'm gonna probably pull the trigger and go. And I really, really hope that this one can come with me. I really want
We
her
don't
to.
need the women.
I know, but
Uh-oh.
Wait a second. See,
Mine's asleep, so we're
Hold on. Wait for it. Mine just gave me the dirtiest look ever as she walked out of the room. She made it halfway through the house and turned around to come back and look at me.
in trouble.
I won't get in trouble. No, you guys, I would love, listen, faces to names to people to real life. Any of you that can go, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can we? Somebody in your chat said, "Can you deduct it as business if you talk business while you gamble?" Is that a business meeting?
Maybe.
Maybe. Somebody got a good CPA.
What if we get 10 guys together? Can we all sit around the same table and we all gamble?
We all talk business. Somebody got a really good CPA on this.
Yeah.
Who's got a good CPA?
Not me.
Mine tells me everything I do is screwed up and to stop.
And you put drinking in there and I'm screwed.
Honestly, Casey, mine's like when I walk in the door with like all my receipts and everything tallied up, she's like, you forgot to use this as a deduction. You forgot to use this as a deduction. I'm like, okay, what else did I forget?
Right?
No, mine tells me to go away. I'm doing bad things. We have a CPA. We have one that we can call, and he just looks at me every year. He's just like, "You again." No.
Oh, yeah.
And he specializes in small sales businesses, and he's like, "I'm not dealing with you. You're all jacked up."
That's funny.
And this year is even more because, and I'll be honest with you guys, my YouTube channel. So obviously there's a bunch of revenue, but the YouTube channel probably does $1,500 to $2,000 a month, and that's ad revenue, like Google AdSense ad revenue.
Yeah.
So you're talking about what, $20,000 for the year, and he's like, "Hey, you got $20,000 in ad revenue that you have to put in." And I'm like, "Okay." And he goes, "You got any deductions on this?" And I'm like, "No, I sat in front of a camera and made a video." And he goes, "There's no expenses?" I'm like, "No." And he goes, "Yep, you're screwed." And I'm like, "Great."
Yeah. It's called residual income at that point.
Yeah, there's no joke. So the YouTube, think about that when you do make YouTube, videos and you start making income, there's no deductions on that. Zero.
Right, but you're also
no cost of goods.
I mean, once the videos are made, they're made.
That's right. Yeah. And they make residual income, which is super awesome. Like, that's great. But there's no cost of goods. There's no shipping. There's no eBay fees, no PayPal fees. There's no any deductions on that at all. It costs you zero for a video that you made in January to get paid on it in November.
Right.
Zero cost. The only thing you can deduct on that is if you bought new equipment. If you bought a new microphone or a new computer or something like that, yeah, you have deductions. But generally, there's nothing. There's nothing you can offset that income with.
How about haircuts or, just people got
to look good on video? Yeah. Do you know somebody at the IRS? Because I don't know anyone.
Trying to throw it out there.
Hey, listen, guys, I got to keep my image looking good. I got to look fresh for my YouTube videos. I don't know if that's going to slide very well. Listen,
that's funny.
That Raiders cap isn't going to be a deduction either, by the way. How are we feeling about the Raiders or the Ninjas? How do we feel about that?
Ninjas.
We're not feeling the Raiders this year? I was just wondering. I've been looking at it, so I was wondering if he was like a Raiders.
Yo, I got to go to bed. I'm going to sign off.
Judith, are you bailing on us?
I'm bailing on
What time is it there? 11? Is it almost midnight?
Yeah.
All right. I've caused enough trouble here tonight.
Well, have fun in Vegas.
We will. Right, Judith, you got to join us sometime.
Okay. Yeah. Bye-bye.
We'll see you later.
Good night, Judith.
Yeah.
Man.
See what I do? See what happens when I come on?
No, seriously, Casey, I'm glad that you showed up. Definitely.
Puppy chow for the... hold on. I just clicked on the chat again. Maybe if you talk with once you go to Vegas, you won't care to go back. Now, I've been to Vegas 3 times, so I care to go back. Ditch some women and win it all back at the tables. Will Best, he's a bad influence.
Yeah.
You know what? Wifey's hair matches Vegas. Like, everything is crazy in Vegas. So.
Okay, so she just recently got her hair done, and she surprised me with it. And it's actually pink. It's like a hot pink color.
Yeah.
Teal, blue, and purple.
Purple up here.
It looks a different color, probably.
Wait, so the bottom tips, the hot pink I can see.
Yeah.
And then the top where the purple is, it looks similar to the hot pink.
Okay, so you have this is pink down here, and then this
That
is
looks
like,
hot pink. Yep.
yeah, and this is teal,
Teal,
and then
yep.
up here in my roots, it's purple, but it's really hard to see in the lighting. But like this is
Yeah.
purple right here.
See, so
This
that looks
does-
almost like a hot pink. So the pink and the teal look good, and then you can't tell at the top, but I'm sure. in
No,
person-
because here's the bad thing.
You can see it in the light.
She
but
didn't.
not
Yeah,
really.
you can see in the light, but underneath is like my natural brown. So
Mhm.
my natural brown almost looks like the, but you can kind of, I don't know if you can see it.
It's awesome. Whatever. It's awesome. It's like
Thank you.
crazy
Thank
colors.
you. I turned 30 last month, and I always wanted to do something crazy.
So
with
wait,
my hair.
do you feel 30?
Not at all. No. Mm-mm.
No. So what? So do you feel like you have the energy and the bounce and the of like a 25-year-old?
Maybe not 25. Might be stretching it. Maybe go like more the 27-year-old.
Okay, so so this is the question. So at I feel like around 24, 25, I got my stuff together. And around 27 or 28, I was like grind, like I'm gonna work and make money. And then around 30, I'm like, man, this is hard work. I feel tired. And then now I'm 32 and I'm like, man, this is catching up to me. So at 30, I started to feel the tiredness. Like I'm only 30, but man, this sucks.
I don't know. For me, I homeschool our kids, and I'm here all the time with them. So by midnight, I'm typically like, I'm ready to go to bed. 'Cause I'm worn out from my day.
But I'm usually up till about 2 in the morning, and so
That's what I was going to ask you, Jace. So that's the same. I'm up till 2 typically. And what time do you get up, give or take?
The butt crack of dawn.
8 a.m. or 9 a.m. usually.
Really? So well, that's probably right. I'm probably up at like 9 or 10. Not between 9 and 10 is my target. So I aim for like 6 to 7 hours, like between 2 and 8, 2 and 9, 2:30 to 8:30, whatever. I just don't operate well. My dad was a Marine for 25 years, and he's up at like 4:30 every morning. When I was in high school, he's like 4:30 in the morning. He's like, get up. I'm like, school starts at 8. Shut up. Like that was my life. And I'm like, and I just was not born into that. Even though my dad is that guy and my brother's, Air Force, like until 9 a.m. Like, don't mess with me. Like,
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I mean,
I'll kill you.
Jamie Pace gets up at like 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, he's with those kids. Yeah.
And I used to have to do the same thing back when I was working oil and gas. So that was just not the life for me, dude.
What about the kids? Like, what they go to? Well, they're homeschooled. So, what time do you get them up typically?
They get up on their own, and then they play together. Because our youngest is at the stage where she wants to play with ponies and she wants to play with Big Sister. So they play for a little while. We eat breakfast, and then pretty much after breakfast we start school.
Okay, I got you. So, I mean, I imagine once we have kids, like things will change a lot because we get up at 9, 9:30, whatever, pack packages, ship, and then get to work, do whatever we want to do. But once you have kids, they wake up at like 6:30 or 7, and you're like,
That's the joyous thing about homeschool. The kids can go to bed at 9, 10 o'clock at night and get up at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So
it's a thought we've talked about. We've talked about it. Yeah, like at kids at that point, like homeschooling them. So.
Well, I guess you've seen probably on national news about the Oklahoma education.
The walk, the teacher striking,
Yeah, I mean, our education system here, our public education
48th in the country or something?
49th.
49.
Poop.
49th, yeah.
It's horrible.
So
Why did it end up? It seems random. It's just Oklahoma's a random state. Why did it end up so bad on their side of things?
10 years without teachers getting a raise, and tax cuts towards education, as far as because public education is paid by taxpayers,
Right.
And like over the past 10 years, all they've done was like cut the amount of funding towards education. They haven't increased it or anything. And of course, these schools are getting bigger.
Yep. More population.
And the funding for these schools is getting smaller.
And it reached a breaking point.
Yeah.
It's bad.
And so what I saw a little bit, I mean, I read a few of the stories, like the average teacher's salary is like less than 40,000.
Oh yeah, some teachers are making 20,000, some are making 32,000.
You can't live. You can't. I mean, it's tough to live off of 40,000. I mean,
right.
Yeah.
There's teachers that are actually getting second and third jobs just to cover their expenses, their home life expenses, because their school income is giving them enough to give them the things that they need to hang up in their classroom and the pencils and the markers and the crayons, because the school isn't supplying any of that stuff. And the other downfall is they're still using old curriculum they've been using since some schools are using old curriculum that their grandparents were using. So and not every single student has a book. And it's like, for me, it's horrific stories. And I just can't imagine.
Then that sucks because, and this is tough for me to admit because I'm completely anti-college. I hate schooling college that's paid for. But public high school, elementary, I am what you would call a book smart nerd. Like, I was in the top classes, everything, but I dropped out of business school after 2 years. I'm not a school person. I hate school. I slept during high school. I woke up to answer the questions and get A's and be that kid. And I absorb things and I get it. And I understand everything. I literally slept through high school. I was asleep during 9/11 when the whole school was going crazy. No kidding. And so my problem with this is high school is important because most kids, need that education to get the skills to go on to life. Most. There aren't many people like me. And this isn't me being cocky. I got it. I understood what I needed to get. I knew that I wasn't going to go a normal route. From the day I entered probably middle school, I knew that I wasn't going the normal route of people. But most people don't do what I did. And so the teachers that teach that, especially high school, middle school, elementary school, but high school, those teachers need to be paid because they do something very, very, very important to bring those kids to the level of either going to college and doing the college side jobs or even going into the workforce as a normal person to do a job, whatever it is. And they're being paid $30,000 a year. Are you kidding me? Yeah. What is that? $500 a week, less taxes? You can't pay rent on that.
I know. I mean, it's pretty bad. Like, one teacher shared his monthly check or his bi-weekly. Every 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
And after taxes, it was like $1,200. So
you're making $2,400 a month
after taxes, yeah.
And your rent at a normal place, and I don't know Oklahoma's real estate market, but $1,100, $1,000, $1,100.
Depends on where you live.
Yeah, it depends.
So let's just assume they pay $1,000, reasonable.
Yeah, that's already almost 50% of their.
Almost 50% of your income is gone. We haven't put in your electric or water or trash or internet or gas to get to work.
And to think that a lot of these teachers, most of them are taking money out of their checks to supply their classrooms with the materials that
papers, pens, markers, whatever. Yeah.
Yep.
Couple $100 a month to do that.
That's what the big old fuss is about, you know.
And it's fair. It's a fair game and a fair argument that we can't live on $2,400 post-tax. I don't know a lot of people that could live on $2,400 post-tax. That then requires two people in a household making $4,800 to even survive.
Yeah.
That's tough.
It's impossible.
So I saw last week that they kind of came to some kind of agreement with like a 10% raise or.
Yeah. So they got a $6,000 raise. The teachers did, and they got, I think it was just a small portion of the funding going to education. It wasn't everything that the OEA was asking for, but essentially what happened was the walkouts weren't doing any good at this point. So they decided to go ahead and go back to work. And they're sending essentially like lobby groups now to the Capitol every day instead of
Oklahoma City.
Yeah, to the Capitol in Oklahoma City. Yeah. And so, I mean, they're not done fighting for it. They're just taking a different tactic. Who knows?
Sucks.
Yeah,
That
my
sucks.
kids started school today. Yeah, today, actually.
Oh, school started back for them today?
Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah.
And that sucks because, you know, they and most of those teachers, this is the worst part. Most of those teachers that are walking out or fighting or even just being regular, they're good people and they are doing a good job and they're hard workers as opposed to a lot of other people. Yeah. I mean, they really do. They're not walking out just for publicity or for greed, or they're actually working, most of those people, to educate and to be good people, to do more. Yeah, they actually deserve the money that they're asking for, and
they're fighting for their students.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's for both sides of it. It's obviously for paychecks to pay their bills, but it's so that they can keep, because they know if they can't pay their bills, they can't keep being, you know, being teachers. They can't keep.
And that was the biggest issue, is we were having the most qualified teachers were leaving the state to go teach elsewhere, and with that happening, you know, you can only. You know, there's schools where they have full-time substitute teachers that aren't even qualified to teach in a public school that are actually teaching
and making more money than, like, well, in our county here, they had a huge fight over the substitute teachers making as much as the regular teachers. We almost had to walk out here over that.
Wow. I could see that. I mean, think about it. You know,
the substitute teachers were like, "Oh yeah, we make X amount," and the regular teachers were like, "Well, we only make like 4% more than that." What? So these teachers that actually care are way underpaid. They you know, and I don't value. So where I come from in my business background, and you know, going to business school for 2 years, I went to Go Golden Retrievers. I went to UMBC, University of Maryland, Baltimore County. Anyone that doesn't know, they beat Virginia and number 16 seed over the number 1 seed in March Madness. Yes. Anyways, no one's ever heard of that college. You could drive right by it and not even know it was a college. 2 years with a professor that had been a professor there for 40 years. And so I said, "What business have you owned?" And he goes, "Well, I've always been a teacher." I'm like, "Huh? You've never owned a business and you're my business professor?" Like, what? And he goes, "Well, I can teach you." I'm like, "Have you ever owned a business?" And he goes, "Well, not really." I'm like, Stop right there. I'm done. I quit. My mom had a heart attack. The whole world ended. And so I go back to, like, I learned everything I learned from high school. My teachers in high school were like the best. They taught me how to do math. They taught me how to do basic stuff. They taught me how to write paragraphs. They taught me how to talk to people. The high school teachers were way better than my college people. And I pay for college. I didn't pay for high school. In theory, I guess, mostly. But so my high school teachers taught me how to be a decent human being. Whether I actually took it and was always decent to everyone is another story. But, you know, the college stuff never taught me anything. The high school teachers teach you everything you need to be a normal, operating citizen person. You learn it by the time you're 18, 19, 20 years old. College teaches you how to be a specialist.
Yeah. I mean,
what you're doing.
Like, for instance, something that I learned the hard way about was I went to the University of Oklahoma for 3 years, and I was just too young to realize the importance of college at the time. It was right out of high school.
18,
See, the thing
19.
is, like, I was kind of pressured by my family to just continue on with education. The only thing that I have a problem with that, like, I learned the hard way. I got to college, saw all these pretty girls. You know, I turned 21, got to drink. I was dealing blackjack at a casino at the time.
She's behind you, by the way.
Oh, that's all right. Hey, she knows the whole story. But she knows where I come from. But
well, it's funny is 12 years ago, I found him on MySpace. I'm not joking.
I got Kate on MySpace. Yes.
Serious?
No, awesome. I'm not kidding. Yes.
Dude, I did too, man. I'm not even lying.
No kidding.
awesome.
I was a senior.
Wow.
I was a senior in high school, and I was in California. I was in Sacramento,
He was creeping
Go to
on some
school.
guys. See that?
and I was doing a senior project, and I got bored. So I get on MySpace, and
Wow.
I just started searching for.
So either Jason was the most handsome guy on MySpace at that time, or he was the last option. I don't know which it was, but he was bored, and either I don't know. But
You watch it, buddy.
either I'll go with Chris or Chris. Jason was the most handsome guy. Chris Rock just came on my channel. Jason was the most handsome guy on MySpace at the time, and she jumped on it. She was like, "Look at this guy! Like, look at him! Look how handsome!"
I got
he
pretty
is."
lucky because she said that she was just scrolling through pages of dudes, and I was the first one she.
You were the most handsome one. She just didn't want to admit it. She wanted to give you the upper hand.
I've gotten older.
He just
and
brushed it off.
fatter
See
since
that?
then.
I will. Yeah. Okay. I'll admit I was scrolling through a bunch of girls, and Kate was just there, and I was like, "Hey, what's up, girl?"
That's kind of how it happened. Honestly,
Is that what you messaged him? Where you're like, "What's up, boy? What's going
No,
on?"
I mean, it was a little bit more like, I don't know, uniform, but I was just basically like, hey, I'm from California. My name's Jessica. I'm 18, you know, I'm in high school, you know, like kind of thing. And then
This sounds like some CNBC story.
yeah, it was kind of stupid. And he messaged me back within like, I don't even, like 20 minutes later, he was like, hi, I'm, you know, Jason. And I'm like, what in the world? And then about 18 months later, he took a 2-week trip to California and we met each other face to face.
2 weeks later?
18 months later.
Oh, 18. Wow. Jason
Yeah,
made
but
her
his
wait?
trip was about 9 days.
What'd you make her wait for?
Man, it was just it had to be good timing, you know.
Good timing.
It had to be. It probably would have played.
So when was this? What year was this? 2000.
November of 2007 is when he came out to
Wow.
I'm
California.
glad she's here to answer those questions because
Well, I found
years don't work in my brain.
I found him on MySpace in April of 2006.
Wow.
And then February 1st of 2010, I moved out here to Oklahoma.
That's
ASL.
crazy.
Will Best says ASL. Poke.
Yes, yes.
I remember that, man. That was long.
AIDS, yep, AIDS specification. Yeah. I think we met in 09, so not far after you guys. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That MySpace, see that hook MySpace creating relationships since 2007.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Pretty wild.
Screw you, Zuckerberg. We got MySpace.
Hey, he's getting grilled right now, anyways. So
He's in big trouble. No kidding.
That's crazy, dude. Because like ours is about the same time we met around 2007 on MySpace too, dude.
That's nuts.
No lie.
Man, when I think we all saw MySpace crashing, we were like, we better find someone quick. We better find someone. Listen, she lived down the road from me. It took 6 months for me to convince her to like meet me, and even she wouldn't meet me. So I messaged her friend on MySpace, and I was like, "Hey, like I like your friend." Talking to her, her friend one day needed a ride to work. I was like, "I'll give you a ride to work." We're on the way to work. She goes, "You want to meet Katie finally?" I'm like, "Yeah, I want to meet her." So she took me to her work, and Katie's like, "You brought some dude off the internet to my work? What's wrong with you?" That's how we met, and then we went out on a date like a couple weeks later, and that was it. That was 09. Yep, 09. So 9 years ago. Yep. 9. MySpace, man, hooking people up. See
I
that?
know, dude. It's crazy. So,
Oof. Holy crap. Kate just looked at me and said, "You know it's after 1."
oh, for real.
I'm getting the woman censorship now.
It's 12:17 here.
After midnight for you guys. So I met my wife on Yahoo Personals, Media Marauder.
Yahoo Personals.
That was like the Yahoo AOL chat room.
So
God.
So back to my wife's hair. She surprised me with this, and the next morning, our 3-year-old daughter.
Well, she's not 3 yet. Don't rush her.
Okay, our 2.7-year-old daughter.
I'm not ready for a 3-year-old.
I'm gonna
looked
show
up,
this to her later in
like,
10 years.
woke up and like she was like took a look at mom and she's like, "Mommy's a My Little Pony."
Oh, no way.
Rainbow Dash.
Yeah, and now every morning she like pets my hair. She's like, "Pretty mommy,
Pretty Rainbow
Rainbow
Dash.
Dash mommy," and I'm like, oh,
Rainbow Dash. Yeah, good
Yeah.
time.
There you go.
So now I
That's
Rainbow Dash in our house.
Classic.
Yeah.
Good times. See, you got a Rainbow Dash for a significant other. See that?
Yeah. Yeah. My wife is a pony Rainbow Dash unicorn.
No, I
That
thought it was
seems
the
fair.
mermaid unicorn.
Oh yeah, I forgot mermaid in there too.
Mermaid. You know what? That's all 5 fantasies all at once. You're good.
Yeah.
Got the perfect wife. See that?
Yeah. I'll take it.
Oh, you guys got to get to Vegas. All of you, all the above. I will get in a lot of trouble, but it's fair.
Trouble's our middle name. That's what we do.
Fair
best.
enough. I'm good with that. I'll sign it and date it. Trouble.
And what stays there?
Right.
Yeah, and listen, once you get back to Vegas, no one will know. You're all good.
Yeah, what stays in Vegas or what happens in Vegas
Yep.
stays in Vegas.
Stays right there. And the trip back to Oklahoma, no one will be the wiser. It's all good.
Yeah. We'll probably do it then. We'll probably do it.
If you don't, I'm gonna be upset. I'll probably make a live show that says Jason's not here. That sucks.
Yeah. I doubt you lose any sleep over it though.
No, you know what though? Going to Vegas, the whole point of the trip is to meeting everyone. So the more people I can meet, the better.
For sure.
Please come out, please,
Okay.
please. I don't want to have to create a GoFundMe.
It's not the money. It's the
No.
kid figuring out a place for them is really all it
I don't
is.
want to have to create a what's that website? Care.
Oh, we're not gonna get like the nanny granny thing. Or anything like that. That'd be kind of scary.
Something that shows up on Netflix later. Yeah, I gotcha.
Oh.
Like the what's that website, Kate?
Isn't it care.com?
Care.com? Yeah, we don't want any of those.
No.
I'll get him a babysitter on Craigslist. No worries.
No.
Anyways, all right. I'm getting the woman stare and the dog. I think the dog stare too.
All right. But hey, man, it was good hanging.
It was awesome. I'm glad to hang out with you guys anytime. I'll come on next week, next month, whatever. Vegas, both of you.
Yes.
Vegas, and you,
All right.
you too, Julio.
Julio, we got to do this, man.
Make it happen.
We're gonna have to. I'm gonna
I'm
sell a
holding
couple
you
socks.
to it now. I'm holding you to it now.
Sell a couple of socks and we'll make it over there.
It's too bad pawn shops where you can't pawn kids for at least a
We
week.
can't pawn kids. This is the part of the conversation where I step out of because I ain't got none of those. Wait,
Kidding.
listen, I can offer you these in exchange for something. I don't got nothing else. So.
That's a little different story. No, absolutely not.
Well, if
Disclaimer, there's-
not, I will try to find a way to find my way to Oklahoma again.
Hey, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
One way or the other, I'm going to meet y'all in person, face to face.
Well, how about this? How about we do it this way? If we can't make it to Vegas, we will definitely go to Florida
that'd be even better.
because, Florida's a nice place. We'll vacay there.
And I haven't seen the beach in
So-
like 8 years.
Ooh, so you need a beach.
Oh, I haven't,
I'll
no.
take y'all to the beach.
And my kids haven't seen the beach.
Ooh,
I'll
see
stay
that,
on-
Jay?
I'll stay on the land. Do what, babe?
I said the kids haven't.
They haven't seen the beach, the kids.
No, they haven't.
All right, so we live very close to the beach. Come hang out. We have pool, hot tub. You can come stay, hang out, dip.
Nice.
Open invitation. Any of you want to come? Just let me know.
Cool. And now your wife's giving you another stare.
Yeah. She actually is.
don't do that.
All right, I'm gonna go before I die. I love you all. Thank you for having me on. We'll shout this out. I'll put this in the group tomorrow, and I'll make sure all the Oklahoma people know to jump into the group. And
Awesome.
if you guys can make Vegas happen, please make it happen. We'll be there. We're gonna do a meetup Monday night, the first night. We're gonna go to the bar, the Sky Bar, and hang out and just try to be there. It's gonna be awesome.
Awesome. Sounds good.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Thanks so much for having me. I appreciate
Oh,
it. Thank
thank
you,
you.
guys.
Appreciate it.
Julio, and I know Judith is gone, but tell her I said hi. And Jason and everyone, thank you so much.
Not a problem, brother. Have a good night.
We'll see ya. Good night.
All right.
See you, man.
See ya. Well, how about that?
Guess we're going to Vegas.
I guess so. I really want to now that Casey's made it all personal.
And networking, dude. I mean, that's probably the biggest pay, you know.
Yeah.
Just
yeah,
that
that's,
itself.
Well, that, and you always learn something new, you know, when you're dealing with other resellers, and you get to listen to a lot of speakers, new reseller speakers. I mean, you get to learn new business models and how they run their business, and might open your eyes to how you can better your own. So
yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah, but cool, Julio. I guess that's gonna wrap it up for tonight, man.
That sounds good. I'm gonna list for a little bit.
Sure, sounds good. Okay, Julio, you're on Instagram as, what's your hashtag on Instagram?
Mexican Picker.
Mexican Picker.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. I'm on Instagram as Thrift Trader, and also on
_ picker.
Mexican _ picker.
Yeah.
Okay. Julio's on Instagram as Mexican _ picker. Julio, if you send that to me on an email, I'll link it down below. And also I'm on Instagram as Thrift Trader, and this is my YouTube account is Thrift Trader as well. I also have a Facebook group called eBay Sellers Anonymous. All the links will be down below. Thank you guys very much for joining us tonight. And big shout out to Casey for joining us for probably close to an hour and a half, maybe even longer than that.
Maybe, yeah.
It was a great time, though. I wouldn't change it for anything. But
and thanks for inviting me on, too, dude.
Not a problem, Julio. Not a problem. We'll have to do it more. I know that we didn't really cover a whole lot on eBay and Amazon and stuff like that, but you know what? There's always another day for it. Sometimes you just got to sit back and relax and just chat.
Oh, yeah.
So,
sure.
But, all right, guys, I guess that's going to be it. I've got a couple of things I need to go do before I even go to bed. So,
have a good one, dude. Appreciate it.
Not a problem, Julio. See you next time.
All right. See ya.
All right. Good night.
Thanks.